All right, another edition of Easy Money Gamblers. Let's get it popping. All right. Today we're gonna break out and do a little bit of overview of the bracket. We'll do it by region. We looked at some games that we like, some matchups that could be fun to watch, as well as some upsets. So let's just kick it off. Let's start with the West, headed up by the big old undefeated Gonzaga. I think they're gonna have a pretty clear path, in my opinion, to get pretty far in that side of the bracket. Not a lot of teams over there scare me for them.
Yeah, man, they're a pretty good fucking team for a team that plays nobody. You know what I mean? They score a lot of fucking points, and yeah, they got the easiest bracket, or I'm sorry, the easiest region that they're in. They're gonna roll who is it, Appalachian State or Norfolk State or whatever. They're gonna kill them.
Those are real
That's gonna be a
powerhouse
bloodbath. I don't see a Virginia upset or anything like that. Like a couple of years ago. So they're gonna kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
One
then we
game,
got
just moving down, right? Just to
yeah.
Oklahoma, Missouri. This one, so I was doing some research on this one, man. Both these teams are not exactly hot coming into this game. This is true definition of a pick 'em. Like I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, yeah, I was looking at them earlier too, and they both have some big wins. I think Missouri
Mhm.
beat Illinois, Oklahoma beat Alabama, and a couple other good teams. It's like, but like you said, they kind of limped to the end of the season, weren't on their best basketball. So I don't really know.
No.
That's gonna be tough. I think they should be a decent scoring game. I feel like they're gonna set that line pretty low, but who knows?
Yeah.
Like if we're anywhere near 130 to 140, I think that's a nice sweet spot for that game. And we can definitely see that being hit, but time will tell. Yeah, I don't
So
see
this
any.
is this yeah, this is a game in this bracket. This is like the only one that like this game when we're talking pure lines and spreads and everything that I was looking at. This is the only one I kind of like because the over right now is at 141, I want to say.
Okay.
I could see both these teams getting to 70. I think they can. I think it should be a pretty good game. I think it'll be pretty contested. That's really the only game from this region that I like, kind of from an actual spread and over standpoint. So take that for what it's worth. But yeah.
Yeah, and then moving down. So the next game is one I kind of like a potential upset here. I think Ohio's playing hot basketball right now. And Virginia's Virginia. You know exactly what you're going to get with them. They're going to try to slow the pace down. They're going to play efficiently, but they can be beat. Like it's been proven.
Yeah.
So I could see Ohio coming out fired up. I think it'll be a good game.
I lost a lot of money on fucking Virginia overs this year. I lost a lot of money. So I'm staying far away from anything that has to do with a spread or over for this game. One thing you got to keep in mind with this game is that Virginia is under those damn COVID protocols right now.
That's right.
They're
Yeah.
they're not even gonna like be able to practice. They haven't been able to practice all week, and apparently they're only gonna be able to practice once up until they can actually play. So does that mean they're gonna be rusty? I don't know. I got high on the upset too. That's a pretty popular pick going around right now too for an upset here as well.
Okay. And then yeah, just keeping the ball rolling. So that the next one is USC versus the potential play-in, which is Wichita State versus Drake. We briefly covered that playing game before. We both kind of agreed that we like Wichita State, but again, Drake's scrappy. I mean, they're not amazing, but they could potentially get there to play USC. I think USC though, even though they haven't been playing well, I think they got a lot of talent that they'll at least make it out of the first round. At least that's my opinion. What do
Yeah.
you like in this spot?
So if we're just talking strictly the pick'em game, or the playing game, sorry, then I like Wichita State a lot in that one over Drake. Wichita State has beaten some good teams this year, including Houston. They have some pretty good losses to Missouri, Oklahoma State, and also Houston. Drake has played fucking nobody. They played nobody. They play in the Missouri Valley. It's a shit conference. The only good team they played all year in that conference was freaking Loyola, who I think is the 8th seed in one of the other regions. and they got their fucking doors blown off twice by him. And the other game they won was one of those weird back-to-back weekend games. They had to win in overtime by a point. I don't like Drake at all. Take Wichita State all the way with that game. I think it's a pick 'em right now. Last time I saw it, so I like that.
Okay.
In terms of the actual game against USC, I picked USC. I don't like it.
That's an ugly game, but I don't see. I think because just to kind of they're going to be most likely playing Kansas next, and I think Kansas is going to steamroll whoever gets there. So that's
I'll tell you this. I picked USC strictly because one of these teams has to play the game beforehand. So I'm saying by the science that you might be a little tired going into the next game. So that's the only reason I'm picking USC in this one. So yeah.
Okay. What do we got next? Kansas. I mean, again, it's March Madness. I don't see Eastern Washington beating them. Anything can happen, but I would say Kansas is pretty clearly going to get there.
Kansas, yeah, I see Kansas rolling for sure. Don't have to spend much time on this one.
Absolutely. The next one I like is an interesting one because Oregon versus VCU. Now, I've watched both teams. VCU has, what's his name? I think it's Bones. Awesome nickname. The guy is a baller. But they also play great defense, same with Oregon. So that's another one where I feel like we can find some value depending on what they set as the over-under line. Because I think they're both capable of scoring, but I just don't know if they're going to set it like still dramatic and set in the 140s, or if we can get in the 130s, I might jump all over that.
Yeah. I think there's good value in that for sure. In terms of who I picked in this game, I just took Oregon. When I originally filled this bracket, I actually had VCU, and I'm like, screw it, I'll take them over Iowa too. I was feeling pretty crazy, all right? Then I really thought about them, like, do I really want fucking VCU in the goddamn Sweet 16? So I went back, made some adjustments. I like Oregon in this one, man. They're playing good ball right now. Correct me if I'm wrong here. They won the Pac-12, didn't they?
No. So Oregon State did.
Look at that. That's why I got you on the show, man. You keep me honest here. Okay,
hey, that was a shocker to a lot of people. Okay, that was not expected.
Yeah, I still like Oregon in this spot though, so I would take them at least to the next round.
Okay, and then to kind of cap out the West, we got Iowa versus Grand Canyon, baby. Grand Covers University. Listen, call me crazy, but they're gonna set that line. I feel like pretty damn high in terms of points. And they're going to say like Grand Canyon plus 15, maybe plus 20. I might jump on that.
I think I saw it at plus 15.5, the early lines.
I mean, Iowa's good, yes. But at least to cover, I feel like Grand Canyon, they're playing good ball right now. They're rolling.
Grand Cover University, man.
That's right. You gotta strike while the iron's hot. Let's go.
Exactly.
So I was doing something just to get your little opinion on this. Kind of some fun potential matchups in this. Eventually you could get, if we see Iowa getting upset, but if not, Iowa, Kansas could be fun. And then again, Gonzaga's got kind of a clear path to me. I don't see them even to like the fucking Elite Eight where it gets tricky for them.
Mm-hmm.
I could see Creighton losing. I could see Virginia losing. So then eventually they could be playing a 12 or a 13 seed. So there's nothing scary there. But Iowa, Kansas could be a fun game. Again, this is the side of the bracket where I really wasn't too enthused. I don't know. There wasn't a ton of that got me all excited. But if we want to keep rolling, do you have anything else to finish? Let's just start there because I could keep talking for days.
No, not really, man. I think this is a pretty straightforward region in it. I'm not as high on Iowa. A lot of people are. I know they got that big ass goon that everyone loves over there, but I'm not sold on them. As a matter of fact, I got Oregon upsetting them in the round of 32. To finish it off, I got Gonzaga and Kansas meeting up in the I believe it's the Elite Eight. So take that for what it's worth in that region.
I like it.
We can keep cooking here.
All right. Okay. Now let's move. We'll just slide down. We'll go to the East. Headed up by Michigan. Again, another very hot team, but they just lost another key guy to their scoring as well as their defensive prowess. So I don't know Obviously, they're going to get out of the first round, but they are feeding into LSU and St. Bonaventure, where I think LSU is going to win that. So a potential Michigan LSU matchup on the first weekend could be huge. Like that could be trouble for Michigan.
That could be trouble for a lot of people picking Michigan
Yeah.
too, because I'm with you 100% on that. LSU, I mean, they looked pretty damn good during that tournament, and they only lost by what was it, a point to Alabama in the championship game. They're hot. I think they're going to smash St. Bonaventure, the Bonnies. This is a game that this LSU St. Bonaventure one. This is one that I'm taking with the points. LSU's 1.5-point favorite. I'm hammering that all day.
Oh, that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah, I'm taking that one to the bank. Michigan they'll crush whoever, but yeah, that game, that potential game against LSU, that could be troublesome. That's going to be something to watch out for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited about. Like I said, I am going back and forth on a potential upset with LSU there over Michigan, but we'll see. We'll see. I am very close, like I said, because that's the one that if you get that kind of pick right, a lot of people get screwed, and you just took a big lead over people. So
that ruins a lot of people's days, you know.
Yeah, and that's what I'm about. You know, that's where I see value. All right. Colorado, Georgetown. I know we talked about this in our other video, but I've read a lot of articles, and obviously Georgetown's playing hot. A lot of people are saying this is another Big 12-5 matchup where they can see Georgetown just winning. Like they're playing hot ball right now.
Yeah, they really are, man. I bet Georgetown a couple times during the year. I can't even tell you if I hit or not, quite honestly. I just thought they were dead in the water. They went in their little tournament and they won the whole damn thing. So they're hot right now. Colorado's a weird team. I know they beat USC, I think 3 times this year. So they got some good wins, but they only got some pretty bad losses too. So, man, this one's a toss-up for me. Right now I got Colorado, but this is one I'm flipping between my head so much right now. So I don't know.
I agree. I feel like I want to go with the hot hand, but then I'm also like, sometimes that runs out and you got to play for the points. So
Exactly.
that again, we'll throw in the toss-up category. And then we got, Florida State, UNC Greensboro. Florida State's my team. I felt like I bet on them a lot, but like we talked about, they kind of spiraled off towards the end, and that's scary because, like I said, they can score with pretty much anybody, but they can also play decent defense. They're a well-rounded team.
Yeah.
But in terms of the tournament, which team are you going to get? The team that beat Virginia by almost 30? Or are you going to get the team that fucking got smoked by Notre Dame, who had no business being in that game? Yeah. So that I don't know. But in terms of their matchup, UNC Greensboro, good team. I've watched a few of their games. I still think Florida State's going to pull it out, but UNC has a really good guard. I think he won like a conference award. Mm-hmm. So it's guys playing well. It's someone that could come in and shake up the tournament, but I'm still going with Florida State, at least in that first round.
Yeah, UNC Greensboro is not a bad little team, actually, man. And Florida State not playing well doesn't give me a whole lot of confidence. But you got to go with them in this first round, I think, right? I think they're too talented. I think they'll round out. I think they'll be okay here. I got them making a pretty deep run. So I like them definitely in this first round.
And I think whoever which I think they will, if they get out past, UNC Greensboro, Colorado, Georgetown, I think they match up with those teams well. And they should be able to beat them. So, sneak into the Sweet 16. Another one as we're moving down that I saw some people argue that they think it's going to be the BYU versus another play-in, which is Michigan State, UCLA. Mm-hmm. A lot of people talking about BYU being overvalued here. Like they felt like their seeding was a little too high. Like they had them in more of a 7 or 8 range. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. And then I saw another stat that like, ever since introduced, there's at least been, I believe, 1 per year of someone playing in the playing game in that 11 spot and winning. So this could be the one where I take that, if it's Michigan State or UCLA, like 2 well-known programs. BYU, I mean, they squeaked or they were up on Gonzaga, but then Gonzaga ran away with it. So do you trust that one game, or do you take them as a whole where who knows how good they are? But
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm glad you said that because I'm actually one of the people that got the playing game beating BYU right here. I mean, it's Michigan State, UCLA, man. These are fucking blue bloods. These guys
yeah,
live in this damn tournament. Like, come on.
you got
Just on
Tommy
that
Izzo.
alone,
Tommy Izzo coming in the tournament. That's a man
Tommy Izzo.
you
Yeah,
fear that man. He comes in.
exactly.
Nope. I'll take him. Yeah. So
Exactly.
that's pretty easy. At least we're on the same page. Then we got Texas Abilene Christian. I don't know anything about Abilene Christian. None the fact
Yeah.
that they made the tournament, so good for them. I mean, good job. But Texas, they and Shaka Smart, man, they are playing good ball, and they've had some battles with Oklahoma State, and I'm like, okay, and they've had to battle in that conference. I think Texas wins that pretty easily, and I think they win their next matchup too. Whoever they take, I have them going pretty far. I don't know about you, but
Yeah, I got Texas. I got Texas going to, I believe it's the Sweet 16. I think they're going to crush this Abilene Christian team, and yeah, it's probably going to be a bloodbath. Yeah, they're a pretty good team, man. Yeah, Shaka Smart's got them playing real well. I like them. I like them for at least a Sweet 16 run here for sure.
absolutely. Yeah, we can move past that one. Nothing too crazy to talk about. And then UConn, Maryland. I think I'm gonna take UConn here. I think they're playing better basketball as of late. But again, those 7-10s are always toss-ups. I don't know why. It just feels like
Yeah,
I don't get a lot of an edge there to either one. But I think for me, it's UConn. I've watched Maryland play a few times. I don't know.
yeah.
I'm not a huge fan, but
I'm seeing a lot of the experts here pick UConn like as a dark horse to like make it to the Final Four. I have them losing this round. Maybe it's just 10 biased. I kind of like Maryland. I
okay.
think
See, that's good. I don't know.
it's a total thought. Listen, if they lost, I'd be like, oh yeah, I guess I'm an idiot. I should have picked otherwise. But yeah, I'm just total toss up game, man. Total toss
Yeah,
up.
and I don't have either of those teams moving very far because as we're going down, Alabama, Iona. Okay, like I think Alabama should steamroll. I think that isn't that Rick Pitino's team, Iona.
Right.
Like, what?
The
Okay,
Gales? Is that right? Is
the
the
Gales. I
Gales?
mean, I don't think Alabama's going to come out fired up. I think
They're
their
gonna beat the
team,
shit out.
they're going to be. I have them going pretty deep as well.
Yeah.
I actually thought about having them eventually get upset by Texas. I think they're going to meet, and I don't know. That's going to be an awesome game eventually. If
I got them. I think beating Michigan to go to the Final Four. In
okay,
my
see,
prediction.
they're that
And this
good. I mean, they can do it. They can absolutely do it.
this is not fucking fair, man. You can't be fucking amazing at football and basketball. It's against the rules. You can't do that.
See, I agree. What do they? What do they think they are? Like, what? Stop it. That's
It
just
should be
rude.
banned. Well, when Iona comes out and fucking drops a 100 burger on their asses,
Then we talk.
then we talk.
All right. Well, yeah, like I said, those two, I get a lot more excited about the other two sides of the bracket. So in the South,
Yeah.
Baylor versus Hartford. Baylor's a fucking really good team. Very good team. And I don't see any problem there, but I am very, very excited for that 8-9 matchup, North Carolina, Wisconsin, and then potential of whoever's playing Baylor, which I think it will be North Carolina. That's going to be Baylor,
Yep.
North Carolina is going to be awesome. Like that's
I agree. I'm with you all the way. I think North Carolina is going to win that one. And this is another game from this region that I think you hit the spread all day. Spread I got it at was I think 1.5 today. So I got it at that. It's probably going to move because I think a lot of money's coming out of North Carolina, but I love them in this matchup. They're playing well too, man. They got some big guys down low on that team.
they are a large body team.
Yeah.
Oh,
and another blue blood, And what's that little tidbit you dropped on me the other day about them, about North
so
Carolina?
someone was telling me that I don't think they've lost a first round game, if not in years, maybe ever, which is insane. But I guess that makes sense because they were probably coming in a lot of the times as being a high seed
Yeah,
and
1-2,
rolling.
yeah.
But still, like, hey, history has a way of repeating itself. So let's just see how that goes.
Yeah, but that Baylor and North Carolina, if North Carolina, that would be a freaking oof. That's why I don't want to pick Baylor too far in this damn
And
thing.
it's going to be on the first weekend. It's going to be part of that
I
first
know,
weekend
man.
slate. Like that's going to be awesome. I think that's the one I'm going to highlight right now. That and then Michigan LSU. I think those two right away are going to be awesome. And then moving down, I know a lot of people already have this, and I feel like it's starting. Even the betting lines are starting to like pick up on this. Is a lot of people are taking Winthrop over Villanova as like an
Big time.
upset, but like people are all agreeing about it. I can
Yeah.
see it too. Their best player, they're the guy that handles the ball, Gillespie, he's out. Winthrop
Yep.
likes to pound you in terms of freaking tempo up and down the floor. That's going to be hard to deal with.
Yeah, dude, but they've lost one fucking game all year, man. They've been playing well. Yeah, Villanova lost, old boy, and they have not looked good. And Winthrop right now is 6.5-point dogs, from which I saw. That was earlier today, so that line definitely could have moved. But I was about to bet the mortgage on that with the points, man. I'd go Winthrop all day here. That's one that I would take with the spread as well.
Yeah, I like it. And then Purdue, North Texas. Purdue's another, maybe it's Big Ten bias. I think they're going to
Yeah,
roll that game at least. But I might be the crazy one. I have Winthrop beating Purdue next round.
I don't think it's crazy at all. I think it's. I mean, it's happened. Let's just say that. Crazier
Yeah,
things
and
happen.
Purdue's just another Big Ten team that like, which version are you gonna get? Like the one that scores over 100 points, or the one where they just kind of look lost
Yeah,
and they're
get ass
scoring
pounded.
48
Yeah,
points in a game. You're like, okay, this is unbelievable. But yeah,
yeah.
that little quadrant. I'm not. The next one though, I've seen a lot of back and forth on Texas Tech, Utah State.
Yeah, I've seen that too, and I kind of don't get it, I guess. Maybe it's because I'm not as familiar with Utah State, but I've won some money at Texas Tech this year. So don't bite the hand that feeds you, right? Texas Tech all the way in this one.
Yeah,
That's
I see.
my opinion.
I originally did the Utah State literally because I just thought I was being smart, but then I'm like, the more I think about it, I think Texas Tech's super well rounded. While they're a team I think a lot of people are going to overvalue, maybe take them super far. I still think they're going to get out of that first day. Like
I
they're
think
gonna
so too.
that,
Yeah.
but this next game is supposed to be like super high scoring. Arkansas Colgate.
Yep. Yep.
I
Two of the top offenses in NCAA, two of the fastest teams in terms of tempo in the NCAA. I mean, it's going to be a shootout. It's going to be a good one.
I bet you, yeah. But that game though somehow is going to be like 52-51.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to defy
It's
logic.
just
These teams
brick
score in
after
the
brick
80s.
after brick.
Yeah, it's just going to be a real defensive battle. But then
Yeah.
that leads to Arkansas, Texas Tech. Now that could be another fun matchup. Texas Tech likes to play a little bit more defense, slow it down a little bit, be more efficient.
Yeah.
Now, do they fall into the trap of trying to run with Arkansas, or are they able to slow Arkansas down? Who prevails? I don't know, but I like Arkansas, but I think that'll be another good matchup to see. At least that second day.
Yeah, I like Arkansas a lot in this tourney. I have them going pretty deep actually here. At least get them out of that first day.
Oh, without a doubt. And then sliding down, Florida, Virginia Tech. I was reading something about this matchup that both of these teams are overvalued, but they're playing each other, which, okay, so I just feel like
Exactly.
it's a wash. But Virginia Tech's been off for a while. They've had a lot of COVID stuff. And then Florida, I think they just got one of their best players back, but I don't know if it's made a tremendous difference for them in their recent games. So that's going to be another 7-10 tight game. I'll
Yep.
probably edge it to Florida. But people could probably convince me otherwise why Virginia Tech should win that. I don't know.
Yeah, total toss-up, man. I just closed my eyes and just picked one, and it was Virginia Tech. So that's all I got for
Ooh, okay. And then Ohio State, Oral Roberts. Now, I watched a lot of Ohio State this year, and I think they are a very, very balanced team. Like
They're a good team.
they can hang around. I know they've lost, but they just seeing them against like Michigan, Illinois, like even like Iowa, Purdue, like this is a really good team. And
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to say they flew under the radar because they definitely did. I mean, they're a fucking 2 seed, but I mean,
I
beat
feel like they don't get the
Michigan.
recognition. Like I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's wild.
It is kind of weird, but I got them making a super deep run. They should have no problem at all. Oral Roberts. Yeah, I got them going. I think all the way to the Final Four. So, yeah, Ohio State.
You haven't beaten Baylor, or do you have Baylor getting upset?
I got Baylor losing to Ohio State.
Okay, I like it. So yeah, like I said, that second day with potential of Baylor, North Carolina is going to be huge. Arkansas, Texas Tech will be big. I think at the bottom, like you said, Ohio State can make a deep run. So it's going to be a fun bracket over there. Moving to the Midwest though, Illinois, let's go. Illinois.
Oh yeah, all day.
Yeah.
Dust off the 2005 Final Four gear, Cody. Put it back on. It's Illinois' year. They're fucking rolling.
I'm ready. I'm ready to get hurt again. Okay. Them, losing to, was it Sean May in North Carolina? Was that the guy?
I still got nightmares about that, man. Oh, that was brutal.
He destroyed Illinois.
Shit.
Okay. Hell of a run, though. Hell of a run. Yeah. That's what March Madness is about. That was incredible. So I think first round, not a problem. They'll probably scare us. They'll probably be one of the number ones. That happens at least every year, besides Virginia losing to them. But like they come out a little slow, and people are like, "Oh my god!" And then at the end of the game, they're up by 35. So
I definitely see that. Maybe a little Big Ten hangover. Start slow first half. Maybe even not even leading at the half. Let's go crazy, but then they'll come out and they'll end up smashing. So no problems there.
Then we got Loyola Chicago, Georgia Tech. I have a lot of people, again, love Loyola Chicago, and I get it. They're a well-rounded team.
They're the darlings, man. The fucking little old lady, and yeah.
She's adorable, but the team is
and like, all right, so I was giving shit on Drake a lot earlier in this podcast or this video, and it's kind of the same thing with Loyola. They play in a shit conference. I don't know who their out of conference games with this year. I'll be honest. I don't really like Loyola. I'm from Chicago. I don't even like them. I did pick them against Georgia Tech. I'm not sure why, but I think they're going to get destroyed by Illinois in the next round.
Yeah, I have Georgia Tech. And I just think because
I might change
them, they won the ACC. Again, it wasn't typical where they had to play a ton of games. They did have the bye, but still they got another bye from Virginia getting out. But they won.
Scrappy little team. They're not bad. Great, not bad.
People are arguing that Georgia Tech got kind of shafted. That winning the ACC normally gets you a 1, 2, if not 3 seed, but to be a 9, which is basically playing right back into a 1.
Yeah.
So I have them winning, I have them winning than losing to Illinois, so nothing too crazy. But I don't know. I think that's an 8-9 game that. I could be wrong, but either way, it's going to get lopsided. Like Georgia Tech's going to look like shit or Loyola. I don't think it's going to be close. I think it's one team's just going to manhandle the other one, and I'm going to be pissed if I'm on the wrong side. But
I can see it being a close game, but who knows? Who knows? You might be right.
We shall see. We got Tennessee, Oregon State.
The darlings of the fucking tournament, I guess. Oregon State win the Pac-12. What a joke.
Yeah. But see, Tennessee for them being a 5 seed, and I know they're a solid program. It's like I've watched some of their games, and I'm like some of their Kentucky games they had, and I'm like,
Oh, do we
didn't
have to
they
go back to
score?
that? We got to relive that?
Wasn't it like they scored 50 points? I'm like, what? But
Yeah.
I have Tennessee, but I have them losing. Whoever wins that losing immediately next round, so I don't care. But that
Yeah, I got Tennessee going too, and because I talk shit about Oregon State, that automatically means Oregon State's going to win that game now. So that's how it works, right?
so for you
So
listening out there, take the Beavers, okay? Take them strong. But this okay. We talked about this in the other one. I'm excited for this game. Oklahoma State Liberty. I've weirdly watched a lot of Liberty basketball because they score a shit ton. They're very efficient. And for some reason, Vegas has been setting their over-unders low. Maybe because
yeah,
they don't play a great defense, but they're efficient on offense, so it kind of puts teams with their back against the wall. But Oklahoma State is hot right now. And I thought they were going to get a better seed than a 4. And there was
I
something
thought that too. You're
they
absolutely right.
have, I think the number is they have 10 quad 1 wins, which I think is one of the most in the tournament.
Yeah, and they got like the player that's predicted to go, I think, number 1 in the NBA
Dave
draft.
Cunningham, baby. Kai is a
Yeah,
stud. I
yeah.
like whatever that number is, unless it's in the 150s. I'm assuming it's in the 140s. I like that over.
Well, I'm going to tell you what it's at right now, old friend. It's at 140 flat.
Yes. Hammer
So
it.
hammer
Take
it.
that to the bank. That's a buttery number. You spread
That's a
that out there, you get after it.
buttery number. Yeah, and get on it now before it gets higher, guys. Because think of it this way, I think Oklahoma State's getting at least into the 80s, at least high 70s, right?
Yes.
So all freaking Liberty's got to do is get into the 60s, and that's a cover. And I think they're going to. So yeah,
take that, run with it. That is a big one for us. Let's do it.
yep.
But yeah, I have Oklahoma State going pretty far. I'm excited because I have them squaring up against Illinois. I have Illinois edging it. Just that might be biased, but I could honestly see Oklahoma State getting to the Final Four. With just some of their wins and just how they've been playing recently, they can make a deep run.
Yeah, they absolutely can, man. I got them losing to Illinois too, and this is total fucking Illinois biased. So don't listen to us on that one. But I mean, Oklahoma State's at least going to get out of this first round for sure, and I think they're going to cruise pretty handily to the Sweet 16.
Because Tennessee and Oregon State, nothing bothers me there. Nothing for them.
No.
Oklahoma State, no
fear.
Moving down though, we got the Aztecs of San Diego State versus the Qs.
Oh yeah, baby. Syracuse all the way here, Cody. Syracuse all the way here. This is what they do now. The past like 6 or 7 years, they're right in the bubble every year. They just sneak in, and then they just cause havoc. I know you were talking about one of those play-in teams or whatever. Syracuse is one of those goddamn play-in teams a couple of years back that I didn't bet on. They made it all the way, I think, to like the Elite Eight or something. So I like the Qs here, man.
I do too. I do too. I again reading this just articles, but people were saying that San Diego State might be a little bit overvalued here, and then as well as Syracuse playing better ball, and they were saying again, the defense for some reason when it gets to the tournament, even though everyone knows it's coming, it gives people fits. Like they just
that 2-3 zone, right? Yeah.
It doesn't allow them to operate how they want to, and it freaks them out. So
exactly.
Yeah, I'm taking Syracuse again. It would be an upset, but like I think a lot of people are kind of leaning that way. But so that's a good one. And then West Virginia, Morehead State. West Virginia is not the West Virginia of old. They're not just shut down defense. They actually score at will, which is I think they're gonna have no problem here. I'm very actually intrigued to see West Virginia, Syracuse.
I got Syracuse winning the baby. I'm riding the orange. Let's go.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah, I could see it. Again, whatever those are set at, if it gets there, even the first round matchup for West Virginia, Morehead State, I feel like West Virginia can score at least 90. So take that how you will. If we're in the 140s, does Morehead State give us to the 50 or 60 range? I think so.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
could be
I don't know
potential
enough
over.
about it to bet the damn spread, so that's why I'm going to stay away from it. But yeah.
I like it. And then Clemson, Rutgers. People are on the Clemson train. And I think that's because of how they started the year. They had some really good wins. They would look like a really sharp team, but then kind of just fell off. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. They play like crazy good defense. I know that. I think both these teams do, if I'm not mistaken here.
yeah.
I know the over set pretty damn low for it. I want to say it's like in the high 120s or something like that. So it's it's not going to be a lot of scoring. This ain't going to be a very exciting game.
Yeah, you got an average, if not slightly above average Big Ten team who's not gonna they can score, but they're not gonna light it up like the bigger names in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Again, Clemson who shuts people down. I think that's gonna be an ugly game. I have Clemson winning, but like it's just not exciting to me. That's not a game I'm like, woo, I don't know. I just nothing.
That's
crazy.
probably one of the ones that I'm not going to tune into. I'll kind of just see how it went. I got Clemson too. Just I think they're slightly better. I've seen a couple of their games. Lost some money on them because I bet some overs, but I think they're the better team. So
Absolutely.
I see them moving on and then getting ass pounded by Houston.
Yes. Houston, Cleveland State. Houston, okay. I, like you, have won some money with Houston betting their overs because they can also score at will. But I've been on the wrong side too. When they were in a dog fight and it was like 50-50 with 2 minutes left in the game, and you're like, really, guys? This is
what just happened.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Houston's gonna make it pretty far, but you have them going against Syracuse, and I have them going against West Virginia. I think I took West Virginia. So balls.
Hey man, ain't nothing wrong with that. I like the Qs, man. That's just my bias there. But I got Houston going all the way to I think it's the Elite Eight, and then losing to our boys, the Illini.
Yes, I got Illinois going pretty damn far. So
I got to win the whole fucking thing. Goal line night, take it to the bank, put money on it now, baby.
Ship it now.
Redemption for 05. Let's go.
Bring it back. So yeah, we'll continue to give you guys some coverage, some games, and some picks that we like. But again, we're getting better at this. And thanks for joining.
Check out the Easy Money Gamblers Instagram for daily picks. We'll definitely have the ones starting tomorrow, and then just throughout the whole damn weekend with the actual picks and everything with spreads and lines. So make sure to check that out too, guys.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Peace.